Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well and you're loving yourself, and all just like always, many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my esteemed subscribers. You're loved, celebrated, and of course appreciated. Okay, there was something that happened in Burkina Faso. I believe some of you might have heard of it. It's about the ban, foreign NGO being banned by Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, and people have their own opinions. That's the reason why I'm bringing it here again, so that we deliberate upon it. What do you think about the ban? Do you think it's just to those that were banned, or do you think the opposite? Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. You remember there was a time that something was going on in Burkina Faso. It was about the news that started circulating in mainstream media that the soldiers in Burkina Faso were unaliving the citizens that they were meant to protect. It was some of this NGO, one or two of them, that began the story, and they circulated it to mainstream medias, and that went like wildfire, because already they were waiting for something against Ibrahim Traore. They were waiting for something against Burkina Faso to hold on to, and that was like, you know, that was like the icing on the cake for them. They took that up, they started spreading it that Ibrahim Traore is a two-faced man. He come out and act like he really loves his people, but he is unaliving his citizens in Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso killed over 100 civilians. The military killed over 100 civilians in massacre. BBC reporting. Madam BBC or Mr. BBC, who sent you? Why this propaganda? Anyway, we were actually waiting for this propaganda. And I'm telling you guys, we have two major wars that we are fighting in this era. It is the one on the ground and social media. When you stop talking, a lot of people start dying. That is why it's very important for indigenous people to report their own news, because the mainstream media will report a narrative being given to them. This news has been reported. These people were Al-Qaedas, okay? And these people were the ones terrorizing Burkina Faso for so many years, unaliving people in Burkina Faso, especially in the north. And they have been able to, the military have been able to neutralize this terrorist group, which is funded by, and France also. And the items being seized. If you are not watching the videos that we are putting and supporting, these people will push their own narrative. You want to go to Burkina Faso and join the army and support Ibrahim Traore, you cannot do that right now. These are some of the things you can do to help Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore to correct the propaganda and misinformation. That is why we can never stop talking. So to anyone who is seeing this news by BBC, it is a lie and this is false.
So that was the doing of these NGOs, and these are meant to be non-governmental organizations, and all of them are not African. They are all backed by the collective West, because they are all external forces. They are all foreign bodies who are in Burkina Faso, that they are NGOs. You know, when Traore kicked out France and other people in his country, they began to use some of these bodies to carry out their plans. There was a time again that fake money began spreading in Burkina Faso, just to destroy the economy, because they saw that Ibrahim was not relenting. He was really putting his head down to liberate his people. They started spreading fake currency, and it was also one of these people that were behind that, because it's like when you receive order from the above, like they receive order from the West, one of these countries, we know them, just to do everything possible to sabotage anything that concerns Burkina Faso. So according to Ibrahim Traore, because there are people who are like, this is a dictatorship. Why should you ban non-governmental organizations that are helping the poor people in Burkina Faso? Now, the accusation of Ibrahim Traore is that so-called NGOs wrongly criticizing the government of Ibrahim Traore. Now, there is nothing wrong with constructive criticism. Every government need that, and I believe Traore is aware of that he needs this constructive criticism to also develop well and grow well. Traore always listen to his people. So but what these NGOs are doing is wrongly accusing this government, and that's why I brought to the example of the first example of how the said soldiers were unalive in Burkina Faso, when it was terrorists that were funded by the West who put on the uniform of Burkina Faso. Remember the other video again where we talked about how this same group of people who are posing around as Burkina Faso soldiers were seen in the United Nations vehicle, military vehicle, and they wanted to lure Traore to them so that they can explode with Traore. Just imagine, people were ready to be paid to even die with Traore. Nobody know what the West had promised them, and it was just because Traore took his time. Traore calmed down, thought about the whole thing, that he was saved from that explosion, because he said right before his eyes, before he could even say 1 2, the car already exploded. What if he had gone to the car? He would have it would have been a story, right? Now the second thing here is that Traore is saying that they are spies. Okay, they are more like a watchdog. So everything that is happening in Burkina Faso, these so-called NGOs are going out with this information. Okay, they are going out with this information to those who they are serving, and we are aware of those that these people are serving. So if it happened in Burkina Faso, they go tell their masters, and their master look for a way to either sabotage or look for a way to either, you understand me. And again, the last accusation of Traore about this NGO is that they are speaking in favor of the terrorists. Just imagine, you're an NGO, you claim you are protecting the life of people, you're helping the less privileged, you are doing what is right. Now, why are you supporting the terrorists? So these NGOs were obviously backing the terrorists, were obviously on the side of the terrorists, and this is the reason why Traore said no. He had done his own private investigation about these people. He had heard what the locals say about these people, in as much as they're disguising. We are helping these poor people, we are helping that poor people. There were still watchdogs that Europe and America had allowed to just remain, paid them to remain, and give information about what is happening in Burkina Faso to them. And that is the reason why they are speaking in favor of terrorists. If not, tell me, how would an NGO who is supporting life be speaking in favor of terrorists that takes life? So this is it. And there are people who are saying that Traore shouldn't have just asked them to leave or ban them, because they also have their right to exist. Why? Because they had helped a lot of Burkina Faso. And the question here is that who asked them in the first place to come to Burkina Faso? No, it's not like we are ungrateful. Okay, to the Europeans and Americans who feel like we have wronged them, I'm saying we, Traore, is we, who feel like we wronged them. Traore had wronged them, to have banned those people, like Traore is ungrateful, and they are now attesting to the statements of Emmanuel Macron, saying that Africans are ungrateful for just sending these people out, kicking them off when they had already helped a lot of Africans. And who asked them to come in the first place? Why did they come in the first place? We are not being ungrateful here, but I believe there are lots of less privileged in Europe and America. Do not get me wrong, we are grateful for whatever good that Europe or America felt like they have ever done to us as Africans. But the thing here is that they want to force some kind of condition down our throats for us to accept without even complaining. Okay, just imagine, you're flogging me, you don't want me to cry. That is the situation right now. Okay, who asked them to come into the continent? We are poor, we are wretched. Allow us to die in our poverty, allow us to die in our wretchedness too. But these people came in claiming that they are coming to help, while They have a lot of poor people in Europe and America, a lot of homeless living on the street. You know, the way they live on the street, even you won't see that happening in Africa. You won't see anybody sleeping on the street, on the road in Africa. They'll always have a home where they stay. It's only mad people that stays on the road, not so-called homeless people sleeping on the street and in tent outside in the field. It doesn't happen in Africa. Even the Africa, they say we are poor, but that does not happen here. So what we're saying is that there are a lot of poor people who are in need of this help of these NGOs, so-called NGOs, in different countries in Africa. Why not you go back? Go back to your homeland, help your people. Go back to your continent, help your people. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay, that's a good deed. And I think the Almighty will also believe to you, will also bless you for it. So why are you always bent on remaining in Africa? And when you are asked to leave, you start making it look like Africans are ungrateful, Africans kicked you out, Africans chased you out. So this is the information, because I know, but the truth is that the Europeans are not happy that NGOs are banned in Africa. There was a comment I saw that prompted this video. Like, Africans are ungrateful for all that the NGOs have been doing and just kicking them out like that. Why would Ibrahim do that? And the thought of, okay, this man is truly a tyrant because he doesn't give ear to his people, or he doesn't do things in a diplomatic way, begin to come in, and people began to make comments here and there. Anyway, what do you think about this situation? Because to me, that's the right thing to do. Any foreign body at this moment in the continent need to be kicked out. Okay? And in short, don't even wait for your turn. Just begin to pack your load and leave, because we are tired of all this. In the disguise of we are helping you, you conscientize us in the wrong way, making us feel so guilty that, okay, we should not send you away because you are helping poor people in the village. Leave those poor people in the village. Allow them to die. Why are you coming to love us by force when we are saying, okay, enough, just take your love to yourself? That's the situation. Leave your thoughts and opinion there in the section, Your Majesties. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive always. Your Majesties, bye for now.